Hello, friends, and welcome to the Fusionary Health Podcast. It is me, your host, Dr. Shivani Gupta, and today I am doing a solo episode. It has been a lot of incredible interviews that I've been able to do with incredible practitioners who I admire, who I learn from. We have talked about thyroid health, heart health, so many different topics. I have learned so much. I have hired some of these practitioners to work alongside me, balance my hormones and support me through perimenopause and through my 40s. And so I hope you've been getting really great support from the podcast because these guests are powerhouses. They are the best in the field in their different topics, and I deeply admire them. I handpick every guest for the podcast. No one gets on the podcast who I don't personally admire and feel that I can learn from. So it's so important to take the time and really listen to each episode because each one has value. And even I learned so much. So, with that being said, I'm excited to have you listening in on this solo episode today because our topic today is detoxing. Now, I know most people are not into detoxing. I know when we hear the word detox, we think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to give up everything I enjoy. That's too hard. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to drink green juice and fast and starve and all these ideas around detoxing. The thing is, detoxing is key to building vibrant health. And Ayurveda, the ancient system of medicine and health and preventive medicine that I teach, says that we must detox daily, seasonally, and annually if we want to build vibrant health. It's not a choice because there's such an accumulation of what we call in Ayurveda ama. Ama is this toxic sludge or this toxic residue that forms inside of our body. So if you can imagine every single day when we wake up, we are part of this modern day world. We're going to use maybe chemical toothpaste, maybe chemical mouthwash. We're going to go drink our coffee that could have mold in it. We're going to eat our breakfast that might be instant or fast or drive through. That's touching microplastics, heated in a microwave, not really holding all the nutrient density we want. Lunch, dinner, throughout our day, we're going to touch different surfaces that might have been cleaned with really toxic chemicals. The air that we breathe outside sometimes has been sprayed with chemicals, our food sprayed with chemicals. All of these chemicals and toxic residues are bombarding our bodies. And our body is like, what am I supposed to do with all this? Where would you like me to put this? How would you like me to process all of this? And we assume that our body is this amazing trash compactor that can just take in everything that we eat, process it, digest it, and move it on. The thing is, the body isn't that great at that. The body does its best, but current modern day times are bombarding us with chemicals at a pace, at a rate, at a level that our bodies simply cannot handle. So here comes in Ayurveda. Ayurveda says, I have the toolkit for you. And Ayurveda has said for over 5,000 years, detoxing is a part of building vibrant health. And this is not just Ayurveda. Look at so much of ancient wisdom around natural healing modalities. They were using leeches. They were trying to bathe us in hot waters and salts. Like, this has been part of ancient wisdom and knowledge for centuries. So I'm just bringing this topic forward from the lens of Ayurveda for you today. What's cool is Ayurveda teaches us so many big concepts, one of which is our dosha, or our individual mind-body constitution. If you do not know your dosha, go to my website, drshivani.com, and on there you can take the dosha quiz. And you will learn in like 10 seconds or under a minute what your dosha is. Your dosha is your mind-body constitution. That is your personality test and quiz and roadmap for your own body and health. What I love about knowing my dosha is I can really navigate my day, my weeks, my seasons, and my year according to my dosha. So once you take that dosha quiz, you'll come to understand if you're vata, pitta, or kapha. And once you understand your dosha, that can help you navigate how you detox throughout the year. Ayurveda teaches us there's 4 seasons. And according to circadian rhythm, created from Ayurveda, Ayurveda says we must live in sync with nature. We can't just live out of sync with nature and expect to build great health. And so when you're living a more seasonal lifestyle, paying attention to how your body responds in winter, in spring, in summer, in fall, all of a sudden you can support yourself better. So I'll give you one example. Pitta dosha, the dosha called Pitta, is the fire dosha. And within that fire, us Pittas, I'm a Pitta, we get really overheated in the summer. Like, I can't even begin to explain, but if you're a Pitta, you know what I mean. We get overheated, we get burnt out, we get frustrated, we get headaches. We feel like a lion who can't like go out and do what we're supposed to. We need to like stay in the shade and rest, or else the punishment is just too great. And so a Pitta person has to adjust their year if they don't want to hit burnout come fall. And so I have adjusted my whole life calendar around this. And it's funny because a few years ago, my team said, hey, you can't just chill in the summer. We have to drive revenue all year long or we're screwed. And I was like, I hear you. And do you want a CEO who's amazing 9 months of the year or who's burnt out half the year? You kind of have to choose. And so I've started putting a lot of guardrails around my work. Yes, I'm productive, but I work differently in the summer to accommodate my dosha and my needs. So taking the example of Pitta a little further, a Pitta person needs to detox at the intersection of seasons once their season is over. So in Ayurveda, we teach that the best time to detox is at the junction of seasons. So between spring and fall is when a Pitta person would detox. So you're talking like late September, early October is the best time of year to detox. And the other best time, equally good, is the intersection post-winter into spring. So you're talking late March, early April. That's when the snow is melting in many parts of the world. It's like winter has ended, that hibernation period of winter is over, and we can emerge ready to enter spring and summer. That's another beautiful point to detox. And so finding your constitution and understanding the best times to detox is key. Now let's talk about detoxing. In Ayurveda, we teach about a big annual detox called Panchakarma. Panchakarma is when we truly do a full, profound detox. And I have done this many times. It's incredibly effective. I have gone and lived in India, in Coimbatore, in Bangalore, in different places for weeks and had Ayurvedic practitioners and a whole team who helps detox with, massage that you've never imagined the kind of massages they do to you, but Abhyang massage with two people. We do colonics, enemas, castor oil packs, a lot of the Ayurvedic daily cleansing rituals that I'm going to talk about. We do Jalnethi. Like there's just a whole long list of what they do to you, but you come out as if you had the most profound oil change renovation of your body in your whole life. And it's so effective. But what Ayurveda says is we need to do these things. We need to do these big detoxes because the body has accumulated so much. If we don't release it all, that accumulation prevents the body from functioning properly. So going back to the topic of Amma for a minute, if you have toxic sludge and toxic residue in the body clogging us up, clogging the system, clogging the lymphatic, you're basically in a traffic jam. And the goal of any detox is to clear the traffic jams, clear the pathways, clear out the things that don't belong in our body, the things that are injuring our cells and causing interference. Right now in the biohacking world, we talk so much about mitochondria. Our mitochondria are our energy centers of our cells. And we need to take all these supplements and do all these things to help our mitochondria because that's why we don't have enough energy. That's not what Ayurveda says. Ayurveda says, get rid of the toxic sludge and see how well the system works. It'll work way better when you get the sludge out of the machine. And so looking at that, we don't want to do the work of detox, but it's important that we do so. And so taking that idea of annual detox is when you clean and clear the decks. Now, let's say you're listening to this and you're like, Shivani, no, not doing it. I don't think so. Ew. I understand because my own family, I have to like drag them to these centers to detox with me to reverse their chronic diseases and issues. So I get it. Let's talk about seasonal. At the intersection of any season, winter to spring, spring to summer even, summer to fall, which is where we are right now. We're in the fall season, or fall to winter, which is a little weird to do it then. I would do like a super warmer detox then. I wouldn't do a cooler detox then. But looking at the upcoming season, can you take a week and just lighten up on the diet? Can you drop into an anti-inflammatory diet? Can you eat foods that are more digestive, supportive foods like probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, that kind of thing? Can you take a few steps to bring the body back into alignment? Because that's really the point of the detox. It doesn't have to be extreme, it can be gentle. When people sign up for my 6-week program, I have an Ayurveda immersion program. We do a proper 21-day detox, but I let them choose the level of intensity that they're signing up for. They might not want to do whole enchilada all the way, drop all the inflammatory foods, start doing more involved things like colonics and infrared sauna and all the ideas that I have around detox. If that's true, they go for the easier version, the gentle cleanse, but it's still very effective and lets you hit the reset button on your body. Pause for a moment and just think to yourself, how am I feeling in my body right now? Am I feeling heavy? Am I feeling sluggish? Am I feeling dull? When I sit down to do my work, can I focus? Is my brain focused and on fire and productive? Or is it just all over the place and I can't get my thoughts together? How's your mood? Are you happy or is your outlook negative? How are you feeling in your gut every time you eat? Are you feeling bloated and like there's excess swelling, bloating all around your middle or visceral fat that's accumulating? Then it's time to do a gentle detox. That's your indication from your body that something is needed and it's time to step up and make a change. And so I myself recently thought to myself, okay, summer's over. Let's go. It's fall season, Shivani. Get to it. I need you to be productive. And I keep tuning in and asking, why am I not my absolute most epic self? Like, school has started, the season has started. I'm in South Florida where all of a sudden the weather is going to get cool soon enough and we're going to be in our busy holiday season. But the energy isn't there yet. And when the energy is not there, I ask myself, why? What's happening? I usually pause for a cup of tea time is me time and ask myself, hey, what's up? And the answer I got this last week was gut health. You need to do a gut reset. You traveled a lot this summer. Lots has been going on. Life has been a little stressful. You just got school started. The kids are stressed in their new school year. Holding space for all that takes a toll. Gentle detox, gentle gut healing protocol. And my mind was like, Khichdi cleanse. This is pretty simple, actually. Just do it for 3 days. You'll be fine. And so I like to tune into myself to get that answer. I've done enough cleanses and detoxes to know which way I need to go. Does it need to be gentle? Does it need to be full on? Sometimes you start a gentle cleanse, you start to feel so good. Then you step further and do the full on deeper cleanse because you're like, you know what? I'm already in it. I'm already doing it. Why not go further? And so tune into yourself today and just ask, like, how am I feeling? Is it my gut health that's off? Is it my mood? Is it my brain? Is it my diet? Have I picked up habits in the last couple months? Have I been traveling or celebrating a lot or had a really stressful period that led me to shifting my habits? And that shift in habits needs to be shifted back to good habits. That's a great way to do it. That's a great reason to do a detox. It's just to shift our poor habits back towards really good ones and get a little stricter with ourselves to achieve our health goals. So, taking that concept of seasonal detox, I think seasonal detoxes are profound and important. Doing them at the intersection of seasons is the best time, but honestly, just doing one is important too. If you can only find your week off in the middle of the year, that's fine. But understanding your seasonality with yourself can be a really powerful way to bring circadian rhythm and those seasonal supports into how you detox for your dosha or constitution. Now let's take this further. We in Ayurveda teach that you can actually detox gently every single day. And it's the gentle daily detoxes that help us clean and clear the decks. If you can imagine, when we create toxic burden in the body, we're not doing it suddenly. I'm not taking like a cup of bad chemicals and chugging it. It's a very slow drip type of accumulation. It's, oh, we used a cleaning product that was toxic in the bathroom and then I smelled it every day for, I don't know, 5 days a week in my office, let's say, because I have no control over who's cleaning there in that office building. And that over 6 months accumulated and caused an irritation or asthma or whatever the issues are that we are accumulating in our body. So Ayurveda makes the point that daily detoxing is the best way to detox. Gentle daily detoxing, gentle daily detoxing unwinds what we have wound up in our system and it slowly unwinds it. It slowly releases it, which is the best way to do something with our body. We're not going to be able to detox if we're going to traumatize the body and do too much. So it's a powerful argument for daily detox habits. So let's go into what the most popular ones are from Ayurveda. Have you heard of tongue scraping? Tongue scraping is the simplest, easiest health habit to add into your life. You can order a copper tongue scraper. I have one on my website. They're sold in health food stores. In Ayurveda, we love the copper tongue scraper because when you gently scrape the tongue 7 to 14 times every morning, you're going to clear this white film that tends to accumulate on our tongue. That white film or any sort of serrations or red spots on our tongue is an indication of a toxic burden in the body and the burden of what's happening and accumulating. So using a tongue scraper is the easiest, gentlest, simplest way to start scraping that away slowly. And what you're going to be doing there is you're going to be massaging all the organs of the body. You're going to be igniting your digestive fire. You're going to have a better mouth feel. You'll feel your mouth is cleaner, but it'll be supporting great gut health for the day as well. And we know gut health is all health. And when it comes to detoxing, we definitely want to focus on detoxing the gut and thus be able to support detoxing everything else. So tongue scraping is a very beautiful, gentle, easy way to clear the toxins from our digestive system, starting right from the mouth. And we know that the mouth is the beginning of our entire microbiome. The oral microbiome is that first step. And it's interesting because Ayurveda teaches something that no one talks about right now, which is what you taste in your mouth automatically sets off the digestive enzymes and prepares the gut for what's about to come. And so having a clean and clear mouth is actually key to having the correct microbiome enzymes and supports needed to digest what's coming down the pipeline. So it's interesting, using tongue scraping can be a powerful way to support better digestion overall. Next, after tongue scraping, we teach about something called oil pulling. So have you heard of oil pulling? Oil pulling is an ancient Ayurvedic technique that we use, again, to build better oral health. All you do is take about 2 tablespoons of oil, any food grade organic oil. We love sesame oil the most. You can buy oil now that has mint in it, so it tastes a little like mouthwash because we're used to everything in the mouth being minty. You can use coconut oil if you love coconut oil. But basically, you're going to take this oil, put it in your mouth for 5 to 20 minutes, and gently swish it around so it touches your gums, move it through your teeth. And what it's going to do is collect all the toxins in your mouth into that oil. And when you spit it out, spit it in the trash, not the sink, toilet, or shower, because you'll clog your pipes. So I have a lot of people who will start oil pulling and then go for their morning walk in the sunlight. So they kiss the sun, tune into sunlight, get that benefit, align to their circadian rhythm, move in nature, all the benefits, while also getting oil pulling done, because no one's going to look that closely at what you're doing. Another great idea, oil pulling while you're doing other things. So in the morning, when you're doing your morning coffee preparation, showering, getting dressed, that can also be a great time to do your oil pulling. And if in the weekdays you're trying to get your kids out the door, which is what I'm doing, I do my oil pulling on the weekends, or if I come back home to work, I'll do it then. So finding that time slot for oil pulling can be so great, and knowing that it's a gentle detox that will help you detox gently throughout the year every single day is a great way to bring this habit in. And again, oral microbiome is gut microbiome. Oral microbiome is everything. And we know that when we have a detoxed and healthier mouth, we have better oral health. And there's many scientific studies have shown that oil pulling, let me say that again. Many scientific studies have shown that oil pulling leads to less gingivitis, healthier oral health overall, and we know that oral health is heart health. So I love these two because they're simple, they're easy, they're inexpensive, they're easy ones for people to do. And then we have this accumulation of detox benefits supporting us throughout the year, throughout the seasons. Now let's go on to another great tool. Warm lemon water or ginger lemon tea in the morning. Here's the thing. Ayurveda always said, start your morning with a great bowel movement. Now, if you're going to get up and run out the door, you might need a little help with getting that bowel movement going. Because if the mind knows we're running out the door, it's not going to make the space and time for this thing that's actually very important, which is evacuating from our body all the things that do not serve and that the body needs to get rid of. And so if you are someone who has constipation or issues with having that morning bowel movement, a great simple habit, simple, is warm water. Warm water does it. Now, warm water with lemon, even better. Warm water with ginger and lemon is even better. And if this is a habit where you're like, Shivani, I do not have time for your funny ideas, do it on the weekend. Do it when you have a day off. Find that day where you can start bringing in these habits one at a time. And once you start incorporating Ayurvedic habits, they start to get easier and faster. And once you feel the benefits of the Ayurvedic habits, it's much easier to compel yourself to do them because you know how great you feel. And that applies to ginger lemon tea as well. So in the morning, it's going to hydrate you. It's going to stimulate that digestion, and it's going to help cleanse the liver. And we also know that before we caffeinate, we should hydrate. And so whether you hydrate with room temperature water or warmer water or what I'm talking about, it's just so important to do so and not skip this step, not go straight from I'm awake to I'm tired because I didn't sleep right. And now I'm going to caffeinate to lift me. And then I'm going to have more caffeine. And then I'm going to wire myself through the day, crash, eat junk, and then go into an evening eating more junk to only get bad sleep again, right? We need to break these cycles. And that's the power of choosing to detox. It's choosing to, say hey to yourself, I'm going to drop this inflammation. I'm going to fix my different issues going on in my body. I'm going to build great health habits. And because I chose to do so, I'm going to get a profound result. Now, let's talk about the next amazing favorite tool. Have you heard of dry brushing? Dry brushing is a simple habit from Ayurveda where we taught that to take a dry brush and move it along the body, dry brushing yourself from your legs up towards your arms, moving towards the heart, basically outside in. Dry brushing allows you to stimulate lymphatic drainage and it supports the skin detoxing. And so Ayurveda teaches do dry brushing in the evenings. It's relaxing, it's soothing, but it's also going to support you in draining and supporting better clearing of your lymphatic system overnight. Now, in modern day times, a lot of people are like, what is this? What are you talking about? These things are not going to have so much benefit. Like, that's just for your skin. It's important to realize there's so much ancient wisdom that teaches us tools and ideas that aren't part of the modern day construct. And we don't have an understanding of the level of subtle change and difference and shift we can create in the body by incorporating these habits. There are a lot of things that modern science is now proving to be true, but have already been true for thousands of years. And so when I talk about things as simple as tongue scraping, oil pulling, dry brushing, detoxing, and cleansing, it may seem like, all right, I'll just do that real quick, not a big deal. No, it's the practice of detoxing and releasing things and cleaning and clearing the body that allows us to have a healthy foundation. So many people are suffering with chronic disease, chronic metabolic disease, so many issues rooted in inflammation, so much leaky gut and gut health issues. We have the power to reverse those health issues. And it's by honoring the gut, by doing practices like detoxing, that we can support ourselves. So simple practices add up to creating profound change in the body. Profound. And I know this personally. This has happened to me. I have healed my own body year after year through many different issues. If you've heard me on podcasts and on interviews and on stage, I talk a lot about my huge health issues growing up. And then guess what? I still have them. I still have every other year something that I have to contend with or deal with in my health. And I do this work. These things I'm teaching you are what I do. I tongue scrape. I did my oil pulling last night. I do my dry brushing, my uphyung, my ginger lemon tea. I do it more on the weekends when I have more time. I'm gearing up to do a Khichdi cleanse. Like, these things to me are the foundation to building good health. And bypassing them and ignoring them is why we as a society are so toxic. And when we talk about Ayurveda, Ayurveda is teaching us to bring mind, body, and spirit into alignment. And that's the goal, is our spiritual alignment, our joy, our happiness. And so in your life, if right now what you're feeling is chaos, stress, overwhelm, negative, unhappy, not grateful for the life you have, frustrated, we're in a tough economic world right now. We're in a tough time. We're in an election year. Talk about chaos and stress. Take a moment and say, you know what? with all the crap going on in the world, what is my best way through? How am I going to support my nervous system, my digestive system, my gut health, my entire system to be healthy, clean, clear, and settled with what's happening in the world? You have the power to do so. And Ayurveda shows you the pathway consistently. Ayurveda means Ayurveda, science of life, a lifestyle, a scientific way of approaching your lifestyle to build vibrant health, vibrant immunity, a disease-free life. Truly, that's what Ayurveda is. And then once you get past that detox point of disease-free life, which is one goal, I definitely want to clean the decks and have a foundation of good health. Then you get mind health and then spiritual health. It's all supported because we start from the bottom up with the body. So take a look at all these different detoxing practices that I've talked about today. I'll cover one more that I briefly mentioned, Khichdi. Khichdi is just a simple, nourishing, traditionally used Ayurvedic meal that helps give the digestive system a break while deeply nourishing the body. When it comes to a Khichdi cleanse, and I have these recipes on my website, all you do is you use like an Instapot or a pressure cooker and you cook basmati rice. People in the West pronounce it basmati, but basmati rice, and dal, which is split mung beans, lentils. And those lentils with that rice, you cook it in ghee, which is such a superfood from Ayurveda, a little bit of cumin seeds, which are so supportive of digestion, hing, salt, all these different ingredients, just a few. It's like 5 ingredients, don't stress. But making khichdi and eating that for a few days gives the digestive system a rest. And it's this lovely porridge. And I've had clients from my 6-week program who became addicts of this dish. Because when you're detoxing, that dish feels so good. And so I have a whole little mini tribe of people who live off of this dish, who love doing that as their seasonal detox, and even weekly as like a healing day or gut healing day. And that's what I love about Ayurveda. You can make Ayurveda your own. You can customize it for you. And Ayurveda teaches not everything is good for everyone, but there is something good for each and every one of us based on our constitution and our makeup. We are all unique. And so stepping forward and building these practices into your life can help you build that incredible health that you deserve. So I have a few great tools for you today. If you want to check them out, they're very supportive based on what we talked about today. The first one is you can join my 7-day inflammation reduction detox. That 7-day detox and cleanse that I created is a very gentle way to reduce inflammation, to help reset the body. I have done it. After I recorded it, I did it, and then I did it again. And it incorporates many of these different Ayurvedic tools that we talked about today, like tongue scraping, oil pulling, gut healing, and etc. So that's number one. Check it out. It's on my website at drshivani.com. It's totally free. On that website, I also have an anti-inflammatory cookbook, and it has a khichdi recipe in there. So check that book out. It's got lots of beautiful photos. It talks a lot about India and the spices of India, which I'm very passionate about. When we detox, incorporating superfoods like the Ayurvedic super spices, that's turmeric, ginger, cilantro, cumin seeds, all of these things can help support you in your detox, help reset the body and get you to where you want to go, reduce that inflammation, etc. So definitely check out the cookbook. It's very helpful. Again, it's on my website and free and easy to download. And then finally, focusing on gut health is very important. I partner with a lot of functional medicine practitioners because I love understanding, okay, what is the root cause issue we're dealing with? And whatever that root cause is, Ayurveda is still the lifestyle that we have to put in place to detox our bodies, support our healing, and then really build a foundation for the future. So I work with a lot of clients and I partner with functional medicine doctors to investigate what are those root cause issues? What testing do we need in place? Is it stool testing? Is it mold testing? What's that issue, that investigation we need to do to figure out what's wrong? And once you get that answer, Ayurveda has the solutions in the toolkit. And oftentimes it's a detox and support that's needed to help you get that health goal and health achievement that you crave. So I hope this podcast was helpful to you today. I hope you'll take a week for yourself, a few days, follow these detox practices, realign with the rhythm of the seasons. Your body, mind, and spirit will thank you. These practices are so powerful. And Ayurveda is a system that I love because it gives us so much power over our health. We are living in a modern day time that I believe is really a detriment to our health. One of my amazing guests on this podcast, Karan Krishnan, said, if you listen to that episode, he said, we are microbial beings living in an antimicrobial world. That was a mic drop moment for me because we are beings, human beings, building an anti-human health world. That's crazy. That's preposterous. That's insanity, the definition of insanity to me. So it's our job to look around and say, you know what? Each thing that I can shift to being a healthier choice is the way I'm going to get through. Taking different supports, turmeric and superfoods, is going to help me reduce that systemic inflammation so I win at my health. Detoxing daily is my act of self-love and my act of self-investment for my vibrant health. And so I hope you'll listen to this episode and come away with a few simple tools that you can use to detox your body, support your vibrant health, so you can feel better each and every day. My dream is for each of us to have all the tools we need to reverse chronic metabolic disease, all chronic inflammatory diseases, build vibrant health, have incredible gut health, incredible brain health, incredible mood, so we're our most happy, aligned, joyful self. Because I know if that's the world I live in, with all of us feeling that way, it's only good that we're going to do in the world. We're going to all have the energy, the vitality to take care of each other, support each other, and take care of this planet that we all live on together. So I hope you enjoyed this episode today. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, reach out to me at Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm at dr.shivanigupta. That's the easiest way to get to me because I do check my own Instagram and Facebook. Also here on YouTube, we have a lot of amazing videos for you guys on health and wellness and well-being. I'm actually building YouTube videos every week now, so stay tuned for those. I have an incredible newsletter where we share my blog posts, my videos, and my weekly knowledge and wisdom that I want to share that I'm inspired by. So subscribe at drshivani.com. And I hope you'll take this wisdom and apply it to yourself, for yourself, your family, your community, and our planet. Thank you for joining me for this episode today. Stay well, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me for this episode. Check out our sponsor, Fusionary Formulas, the potent turmeric supplement used by doctors around the U.S. for patients with pain and inflammation. www.fusionaryformulas.com. I'm your host, Dr. Shivani Gupta. For more, visit shivanigupta.com. Subscribe to this podcast in Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Click the follow button or subscribe in any of the apps that you use. That's all I've got for you on the Fusionary Health podcast this week. You have the power to transform your health and achieve vibrant health starting today.